It was a cool night for some Thursday football in Pima as the Rough Riders held their home opener against the 3A Safford Bulldogs. After falling to Payson last week on the same field, Safford looked to exercise those demons and turn it around, starting with a big matchup with perennial 2A powerhouse Pima. So sit down, strap in, and get ready for the best, and possibly only, football highlight recap video show in the Gila Valley.
Roadrunner Rehab has been helping Gila Valley residents and athletes achieve their peak performance for over 30 years. They are now offering occupational therapy and adult speech therapy to assist in all your rehabilitation needs. Whether they're getting you back to work or back on the field, they're here to help you.
Pima's defense was stingy to start the game, and Jarrett Gerardo was gang tackled during a rushing attempt. Facing a 3rd and long, Safford's Jevin Elliott slung one to the flat to Cole Goodman, and Goodman took it north and south just enough for the first down. The drive would later stall, however, and Safford would punt. At the heart of the Rough Riders offense is its workhorse running back Jeremiah Martinez, who was featured early and often. Here Martinez takes it 37 yards down the sideline as Safford's Jace Jameson saves a touchdown with the tackle. But on the very next play, Grimes drops back and dances in the pocket to buy some time. He fades to his right and sends one toward Jackson McBiles, but Carlos Arbizo is there for the huge INT and gives the ball back to Safford on their own 7-yard line. 3rd and short for the Bulldogs, and Elliott finds Gerardo, who does his best Barry Sanders impersonation and moves the chains. After the pickup, Elliott drops back to pass, but he's surrounded by Rough Riders. He tosses one deep off his back foot just before getting clobbered, and Nathaniel Rodriguez hauls it in at the Pima 35. Just as it looked like Safford was on its way to score, there was a miscue at the snap, and Joe Palmer recovered the fumble for Pima at their own 15. The Rough Riders had some success with misdirection as Jackson McBiles takes the handoff on the counterplay and has some running room as he takes it all the way to midfield. Then it was back to feeding the big horse Martinez, who was galloping and leaping at the bit to carry the ball. The drive stalled, however, but Pima pinned Safford deep at their own 13-yard line. And on 2nd and long, Elliott drops back in the pocket and unleashes a bomb to Cole Goodman, who has a good 5 yards on his nearest defender. The pass is right on the money, and Goodman casually jogs into the end zone on an 87-yard touchdown pass to break the ice and put Safford on top 7-0 with 9:57 left in the half.
Kainoa's Hawaiian Grill is the spot in Thatcher to enjoy healthy Hawaiian food with a friendly atmosphere and great service. Order in person or by the phone or online to see the tasty treat everyone is talking about. That's Kainoa's Hawaiian Grill.
Pima tries to come back through the air, but Javier Owens is there to bat down Grimes' pass and nearly get a spectacular interception. So the Rough Riders go back to Martinez, who makes his way around the right side before he gets upended by a diving tackle by Cole Yench. And Grimes got it going through the air on 3rd and short just past midfield when he found Wade Peterson for the first down at the Bulldogs' 36. But then tragedy occurred for the Rough Riders as the snap gets away from Grimes and he tries to throw it to avoid the sack, but that's a lineman and he's not an eligible receiver, so intentional grounding was called and the Rough Riders lose the yardage and the down, making it a 2nd and 35. Safford almost got the ball back in good field position following the punt when Cole Yench stripped Jackson McBiles, but Emmett McBiles was there to secure the fumble for Pima. On 2nd and short with time running out in the half, Pima tried to pass, but Javier Owens sheds the block and sacks Grimes for an 8-yard loss. The Rough Riders would punt the ball, and Safford headed into the locker room with a 7-0 lead on the road at Pima.
With amenities designed to keep patients comfortable and relaxed, Copper Hills Dental is your choice for anxiety-free dentistry. Visit our website and Facebook page or simply call 428-2750 to schedule your appointment today. That's Copper Hills Dental.
After some Martinez runs gave Pima some breathing room, Grimes drops back for a pass but can't find anyone. He's flushed out of the pocket and hits his dump-off receiver Martinez, who takes it into Bulldogs territory for a first down. And on 2nd and 7 from the 36, Grimes spots Preston Russell darting across the middle of the field. Russell snags the catch, absorbs a big hit from Goodman, and just stays on his feet long enough to dive into the end zone for the TD to tie the game at 7. But the points never made it up on the scoreboard as a holding penalty negated the play. And on the very next play, Javier Owens makes a great open field one-on-one tackle on Jeremiah Martinez, dropping him for a loss. Safford then started getting it going on the ground themselves as Gerardo makes a cutback and then heads down the sidelines for a big 29-yard gain all the way to Pima's 44. With Safford threatening, Pima's defense needed to make a play, and Brock Haas said hold my drink as he penetrates the offensive line and Pima gets the sack on 4th and 3 to take back the ball. After a missed snap put them at 2nd and 21, Grimes made up for it and then some by hitting Preston Russell over the middle, and Russell takes it to just inside the 10 for a 1st and goal for Pima. But Safford's goal line defense would step up, and Pima turns the ball over on downs at the 10 with 1:39 left in the third. The Bulldogs started the 4th quarter facing a 3rd and 1 from their own 19, and Pima jumps into the backfield, but Cole Yench spins away from the tackle and heads to the sideline where he gets munched by Joe Palmer and Riley Flowers and coughs up the ball. It's a fumble, and the refs have to pull the pile of bodies off to see who has it, and at the bottom it's Wade Peterson with the ball for Pima, and the Rough Riders are back in business just outside of the red zone.
High energy prices got you down? Then hustle over to New Insulation Concepts in Pima, where we feature fiberglass, spray foam, and injection foam insulation to fit your specific residence or business's need. Call 928-428-8118 for a free estimate today.
Pima then capitalized on the turnover as Grimes sends all the action to the right and then comes back to a wide open Martinez on the left, who strolls into the end zone with Brock Haas as his escort and nobody else around as Pima gets on the board and ties it up with Safford, 7-7 with 10:48 left in the game. The ensuing kickoff was shallow, and Goodman takes it on the run and brings it back into Pima territory at the 45 for excellent starting field position. Safford then goes right back to Goodman, who gets behind the defense, and Elliott hits him for the immediate answer, and Safford claps back to go up 14-7 with 10:38 left in the game. And on that ensuing kickoff, Pima has a miscommunication, and Safford pins the Rough Riders back at their own 10. With time running out and the game on the line, Pima faces 4th and a long 2 from its own 43, and Martinez gives them hope by running over Bulldogs on his way to a 1st down along the sideline. Those hopes were dashed on the very next play, however, as Grimes scrambles away from the pressure, but he's got nowhere to go and he tosses one over the middle, and the only one there is Safford defensive lineman David Cruz, who snags the INT, and he could go about 5 yards. But it's the play of the game and basically ends it for Safford with 2:28 left on the clock as they go into victory formation and Elliott takes a knee. The Bulldogs then run down the clock and punt it to the Pima 5 with just 18 seconds left. The Rough Riders got a little breathing room with a pass to Adam Bryce in the flat as Bryce zips it up the field to the 30. So David Cruz steps back up and ends it for good by nearly taking the ball away from Grimes as he sacks him, and Safford leaves Ed Hubbard Field with a hard-fought 14-7 victory over the Pima Rough Riders.
Lighthouse Medical Center in Safford is dedicated to helping you relieve your pain. We offer the best approach to pain relief and injury recovery through non-surgical approaches. We're committed to providing you with the best in healthcare techniques and technologies for an individualized approach to your health and well-being.
Well, we had a very poor performance last week, and we just wanted to come out and prove that we were a better team than what we played last week. And I feel like tonight they played like they're capable of playing, and it was just the effort, it was the ability to just give it everything they had, and I felt like they did that tonight. And so I think that was the main difference, is we wanted to show that we were a better team than that. I took a gamble this week and changed up the defensive game plan a little bit, and they bought into it, and I just told the guys, hey, I really feel like if you guys will execute this game plan defensively this week, you'll give us a chance against Pima. And I couldn't ask for better execution tonight from them on defense. I was very pleased, because we know what kind of a power Pima is, and Martinez is a load. I mean, that guy is he's a horse, and so anyway, just being able to slow them down, that was great. I was so proud of them. All of them, the boys, I love them. I'm grateful to be able to be their coach.
The Bulldogs will hope to keep the winning trend going with their opening of their new artificial turf field on September 6th against Florence. Reporting from Pima for the Gila Herald, I'm John Johnson.